Welcome to this basketball broadcast brought to you by WHOU and WFKT by Bowers Funeral Home, the County Federal Credit Union, TNT, Northern Maine Community College, Scoville Building Supply, FAP Body, United Insurance, J. McLaughlin Construction, Daigle Oil Company, Priority Auto Sales, Rick Hannigan Plumbing, Cushman & Sons, KVHC, County Ag and Turf, Holton Tire and Steelstone, Maine Equipment, Griffith Ford, Napa and Coastal Auto Parts, Pat's Pizza, Madigan Home Healthcare, Pioneer Times, Pioneer Broadband, Thompson & Hamill, Aroostook Limousines, Huber Engineered Woods, Jeans Electronics, County Physical Therapy, Katahdin Trust Company, White Smiles, Maine Baseball Academy, S.W. Collins, Nortrax, Herring Brothers. Now let's go down to the floor.
Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome to Caribou High School as we get set for this Class B Girls North matchup. The rivalry renewed. The Caribou Vikings will host the Presque Isle Wildcats. Steve Carmichael will be joined by Bobby Russell momentarily, Ricky Goupel, our cameraman, and Olivia Morris, the producer, back at the station. In our J. McLaughlin Construction pregame show, the Caribou Vikings coming in with a record of 3-5, currently number 11 in the most recent Class B Hill Point standings, coming off a 60-35 victory over the Washington Academy Raiders, which they were led by Paige Espling underneath with 13 points, averaging double figures in both points and rebounds is Espling, and a force underneath. But the Wildcats will have to make sure they box her out. The Wildcats on the other side, number 2 in Class B, coming off a tough loss on the road, 38-17 against the Waterville Purple Panthers, one of the favorites in Class B. The Wildcats actually went scoreless in the second and fourth quarters. We expect a better offensive performance from them tonight. They're led by Faith Schoberg, 14 points per game, fourth in the Big East. Maggie Castoni, the senior as well, leading them in assists per game and steals on the defensive end. The Wildcats looking to get back in the win column over Caribou. We will take a 2-minute break in our J. McLaughlin Construction pregame show. When we come back, we'll talk about both ball clubs, get the starting lineups and tip between Caribou and Presque Isle on WHOU.
Hi from Jeans, where you'll find better TV and more ways to enjoy it. Get 190 channels for $59.99 a month with Dish. Plus, get a free voice remote on us. And remember, we're also trained Nest Pros and deliver white glove service for all kinds of smart home solutions, like the Google Nest Learning Thermostat or the Google Nest Cam Outdoor, which lets you look after your home from anywhere so you can travel worry-free. So come and visit our newest location on Stillwater in Bangor, or visit us online to find a local store near you.
Aroostook Limousines and Ace Rent-A-Car get you there in style. Aroostook Limousines has 8 and 12 passenger limousines and a 20 passenger party bus for evenings out, proms, weddings, birthdays, concerts, whatever the celebration. Travel anywhere in state. And Ace Rent-A-Car specializes in insurance rentals and has locations in Presque Isle, Holton, and Patton at Savage Paint and Body. Ace offers everything from compact cars to vans. Ace Rent-A-Car. We do it right and we make it easy. Reach both businesses at 768-7368.
Hello, this is Tony Bowers at Bowers Funeral, and we want to wish good luck to all area basketball teams, boys and girls, as you strive for the gold ball at the end of the season. We are proud to be a part of your communities and our family serving your family since 1900. Good luck, play hard, and above all, be good sportsmen.
Be good for Nana, okay?
I love you. That's not me.
A moment like this is decades in the making. The County Federal Credit Union, partnering with you to achieve financial success so you can enjoy the moments that matter. countyfcu.org.
Back at Caribou High School on WHOU, our Jay McLaughlin Construction pregame show. Steve Carmichael joined by Bobby Russell on the broadcast booth. Talk about these two ball clubs, Bobby. We'll start with the home team, the Caribou Vikings, number 11 in Class B with a record of 3-5. A nice victory, though, against Washington Academy the other day on Saturday. Led by Paige Espling underneath, Selena Savage as well on the perimeter. That duo right there is going to be a difficult matchup for the Wildcats.
Well, it certainly will, and when you start the conversation with the Wildcats, you certainly have to start with Paige Espling. They don't keep block shot stats in the Big East, but I'm willing to go out on a limb and say she averages a triple-double. I know right around 10 points, 10, 11 rebounds, and got to be 10 to 12 blocks a game, and she really is an imposing threat inside defensively, whether blocking shots or altering shots. So ball clubs that we've seen play against them have really had a tough time getting anything in a half court around the basket. And then you mentioned Selena Savage out front, the freshman point guard, who's done a nice job stepping into that role. And they mentioned at the end of the last game, they're working on a new offense, getting a little more motion going and trying to get Espling the ball, which frees Selena Savage up on the outside, as well as Taylor Schedule. Kimmy Susi can knock down threes. Ashlyn Bushard off the bench. So they're going to need to get some perimeter play tonight. As you know, the Wildcats are going to really collapse on Paige Espling.
Another name to join Espling underneath, Taylor LeBrack, who did a great job against the Raiders. She's another player that can score underneath. So plenty of weapons for the Vikings. On the other side for the Presque Isle Wildcats, Faith Schobert, the leading scorer. Libby Morrow, I think, has been one of the pleasant surprises for the Wildcats as she hit the game-winning shot against MDI. And they're coming off a tough loss to Waterville 38-17. And I mentioned they did not score in the second quarter or the fourth quarter. Not going to happen very often for Presque Isle, as we know what an offensive threat they are, and they like to shoot a ton of threes, and they have plenty of shooters.
Well, they certainly do, and that's a bit of a credit to the Waterville defense.
Absolutely.
Shutting them out for 2 quarters. But talking to Coach Michaud, they were happy with the defensive effort. They held Waterville to 38 points. I mean, you've got to be happy with that. You just got to expect you're going to score more. But, yeah, they do have all kinds of threats. Their game has always been predicated on the outside, dribble drive, kick, knock down the threes. Faith Schoberg leads the way for them. Anna Jondro, another freshman for the Wildcats, certainly has come onto the scenes as well. Maggie Castoni, we know, can knock down the three. But you're right. I think one of the true surprises is the play of Libby Morrow. Made the winner against MDI. And, in that Waterville game, I also think when they beat Waterville up here, it was kind of her coming out party where she gained a lot more confidence on the floor.
Yeah, Presque Isle actually only took 25 shots in that game against Waterville. Assistant coach Ralph Michaud, talking to him during the JV game, mentioned he thought they may have had more turnovers than shots attempted. They could not handle Waterville's press. So we'll see if they do a better job here this evening. Right now we're getting set to meet the starting lineups, brought to you by the County Federal Credit Union.
Encourage and support all these athletes, coaches, and officials. Please do not boo, taunt, or degrade anyone or any part of this game. Thank you for your support of sportsmanship in high school athletics. And now let's meet the participants in today's contest. First, the non-starters for Presque Isle. A junior, number 10, Patty Huber. A junior, number 14, Jenna Sargent. A senior, number 30, Elena Lagazzi. A senior, number 32, Anna Trombley. A junior, number 34, Meg Cassavan. A junior, number 40, Riley Kinney. A sophomore, number 42, Sadie LaPointe. And a senior, number 44, Allison Himes. Now the reserves for Caribou, a senior, number 3, Renee Stubbs. A sophomore, number 4, Mia Terrio. A sophomore, number 10, Gabby Sutherland. A freshman, number 12, Ashlyn Bouchard. A freshman, weeks. The officials for tonight's game are Mr. Gerard, Mr. Stepp, and Mr. Day. We now invite you to please stand while the Caribou High School Band, under the direction of Mr. Vaughn McLaughlin, plays our national anthem. We respectfully ask that all fans remove their hats during the playing of the anthem.
About set for tipping, and our starting lineup is brought to you by the County Federal Credit Union. Appreciate them hopping on board as they do every single year to support high school basketball here on WHOU. Steve Carmichael with Bobby Russell, Ricky Goupel on the camera, Olivia Morris, our producer. Wildcats will start Castoni, Morrow, Ryder, Jondro, and Schoberg. Caribou with Lebrecht, Espling, Savage, Schedule, and Susie. It's nice when you do two games where you know all the kids.
Don't even have to look at the program.
Officials are Mr. Gerard and Mr. Stett and Mr. Day. Ryder and Espling will tip it off at center. We'll do it again. And it's controlled, not surprisingly, by the Vikings as Espling wins the tip. Savage's jumper hits the back iron, no good, and the board down to the freshman, Anna Jondro.
Hello. Vikings going to start out man-to-man defense.
Morrow trying to attack Espling off the dribble. So you mentioned averaging. They don't officially keep track, but in all the games we've done most of our games, double-digit blocks for her.
No question, an opposing threat.
Morrow's
inside made Morrow think twice about putting it up, and after she picked up her dribble.
Morrow from 15 feet away buries the jumper.
And that's what we've seen when the opponents can step out away from the basket, pull Paige Espling away. She's not able to close out all the time.
Yeah, Morrow's improvement from last year to this year has been one of the pleasantly surprising aspects to the success for the Wildcats so far in the early season. As a loose ball here, tie-up possession arrow favors the Wildcats.
Oh, and that all started with Taylor Lebrecht really out-muscling Morrow that time and kicked it off to Savage. She was a little too unselfish there. Could have taken the 4 or 5 foot runner, tried to dish it to the other side of the lane and get another tie-up.
The Wildcats with the advantage. Schoberg, double screen set for her. Now to Morrow. Espling on her. Ryder's open. Can't get it to her. They'll kick it out to face Schoberg. Playing with a bad ankle. Misses the three. The rebound, though, down to the Wildcats. Morrow lost the handle and scooped up by Susie.
What's the injury report on that, Stevie?
All I got was bad ankle. Could be a lot of things.
No elaboration, huh?
No, not at all.
Try to keep that under wraps.
No pun intended. Savage. Freshman guard. Picked up by Maggie Castoni. They'll swing it around to Schedule.
And the Wildcats, they've been playing some real good man-to-man. That time Ryder a little late coming around. Espling, good bounce pass from Selena Savage. Hits her, so all she's got to do is turn and lay it in.
Ties it up at 2. Schoberg off the bounce. Defers to Morrow, backdoor feed. Schoberg, a little floater up and in.
That's a quick release there. Faith Schoberg, she knows Espling's coming over. You don't see that all the time. Able to get the shot up and over the top of Paige Espling.
Yeah, Schoberg, just a sophomore, averaging in double figures, top 5 in the Big East. Very talented player for the Wildcats. Now the Savage for 3. A bit too strong. Espling will give the Vikings another crack at it.
And there you see the long arms of Espling. Even though Ryder had position, really didn't back her out of there. And Espling able to secure the rebound, but then the Vikings.
That tough angle on that post-entry pass.
Errant pass.
5.5 remaining first quarter. Wildcats lead at 4-2. Girls will play tonight. Boys will play tomorrow. Jondro will bounce it to Morrow. Guarded by Savage. Underneath to Ryder. Kicks it out Jondro for 3. Left it a bit short. And then we get a foul call on Morrow.
Well, it was good ball movement that time by the Wildcats. They were stopped initially, kicked it off to the low block, and then kick it out. They love that three-point shot. I think you'll see a lot of the kicking it out, even around the basket, just being aware. And we talk about it a lot, but you can't overstate it enough about the presence of Paige Espling.
Susie for 3 off the mark. Morrow with a terrific box out.
Sure was. Maybe had a little hook there around Lebrec's waist.
Jondro. Castoni. Picked up by Susie. Now it looks like Caribou in a zone.
Yeah, they were in man-to-man, and then
Schoberg let it fly. Off the back iron, no good. Savage chased down by Jondro. She'll reset. Now Susie across the arc. Bounces it to Espling. Faces up on Ryder. Goes around her. We get a foul call, and it'll send Espling to the charity stripe, and that gets Riley Kinney up off the bench.
Oh, and that's something we saw Paige Espling do in their last game against Washington Academy. Step out to the high post, but then have a nice rip through. Those long strides. She's able to get to the basket in no time.
Espling makes the first free throw. Riley Kinney checks in.
Oh, nice touch. Paige Espling, she can knock the 15-footer down in the flow of the offense, but she also steps to the free throw line and calmly knocks down that pair. And they try a half-court trap. We saw them use it against WA.
Kinney, Morrow out of the short corner. Morrow shot blocked by Espling. But we're going to get a foul call.
We'll see if that goes on Kimmy Susie or if it goes on, yeah, it's going to be on Susie. It wasn't on Espling. She got the ball up top, but Susie on the reach in. Like the aggressiveness, though, Olivia Morrow squared up, put it on the deck, and was going to the basket.
Morrow makes the first. Morrow makes 1 of 2, splits a pair, and Castoni comes down with the offensive board. Halfway through the first quarter, Castoni along the baseline, out in the short corner, Riley Kinney skips it over to Schoberg. Will pull the trigger. Can't get it to go. Susie will be fouled by Jondro.
Well, that's a nice skip pass. Schoberg couldn't knock it down, and then good position here as Jondro comes running in, and good call for the foul. Stevie, I see a couple ladies over in the corner, or right corner. They have your hat on?
Well, that's not my hat. That's a hat you bought for me.
It was not me. I placed it on your head. I had nothing to do with the purchase. I placed it on your head. I smuggled it under the table, and after the game, I put it on your head.
For context purposes, if people have no idea what you're talking about, after we got done the Class B girls Northern Maine final, and Caribou was playing right after us, you put a Viking helmet on my head. Right in front of the Caribou crowd, and they loved it.
They loved it. They welcomed you right into their nation. You became vice president immediately.
Well documented, I am a Prescott graduate, although I'm not partial tonight. No, don't care who wins. Just want a good game as Espling is blocked by Morrow. Morrow stays with it, can't get the putback to go. And Espling will clear it.
And again, that's the presence of Paige Espling. Not going to be easy around the rim.
Savage kicks it out. Susie from the wing. The back iron, and the long board tracked down by Elena Lagasse. Castoni over to Kinney. Goes to Schoberg. Still looking for their first three-pointer. Won't get it there as Castoni misses. Lagasse looking for the putback. A lid on the rim right now for both ball clubs as a lot of the points come from the free throw line.
Well, Lagasse was in beautiful position.
Foul here's going to go on Morrow.
I was thinking it was going to go the other way where the Viking fell on Morrow, but
that will get Meg Cassavant into the game. A second foul on Morrow, so she'll go to the bench early with 2:40 to go in the first quarter. Ashlyn Bouchard is in for the Vikings.
And the Wildcats struggling from the field. I mean, that was a point-blank range for Lagasse. He knocked that down 9 out of 10 times.
Savage with Castoni on her. Bouchard, who no hesitation beyond the arc. Very good shooter for the Vikings. Just a freshman.
He's on our microwave alert.
Savage tried to find Lebrecht through the hands of a few players. Schedul's jumper is off target. Espling gets the board, brings it down. They fight for it. Espling still has it. And a 3-second violation.
They had never cleared the lane. Mishandle. Didn't step out.
2:13 to go first quarter. Schoberg into the corner to Lagasse. Bounces it to Kinney. Passes just a bit offline. Now Cassavant thought about it, and she's going to shuffle the feet. And it'll be a traveling violation.
It was a good closeout by Ashlyn Bouchard. She was trying to make the ball fake with Cassavant, but got both feet going, trying to kick it out.
Bouchard with a screen set by Espling. Schedule drives baseline. Steps back, finds Savage. Castoni on her. They'll swing it all the way to Bouchard. Schoberg gets a hand up. Savage from way downtown. Rims out.
Well, Wildcats doing a nice job blocking out that time. Meg Cassavant kept Taylor Lebrecht right on her backside.
Castoni to Kinney. Cassavant, Schoberg. Kinney couldn't handle the pass cleanly. They're in that zone.
Well, the high post area was wide open. I mean, all they had to do is hang on to it, and then the Vikings, in turn, sail one high.
Pass almost hit Becky Shea's camera.
Wouldn't have been good.
No. Those are expensive.
I wouldn't want to shell out the money for them.
Schoberg. Swing it right back to Castoni. Free throw line, Kinney. Baby jumper rattles in.
Well, that's 4 points that the Wildcats have got from around 12, 15 feet. Libby Morrow knocked one down early, and then Riley Kinney knocks down one from that high post area.
Schoberg with a steal here. Gets it out in transition to Castoni. Winds up a triple and knocks it down.
That's a good outlet pass. Castoni got her feet set underneath her, knew the ball was coming, knew she was going to be open.
Biggest lead of the game. The Wildcats lead by 6. We saw Caribou get off to a slow start against WA, though, Bobby. It came right back. Espling, the putback, can't get the roll. Cassavant hauls it in.
That's a big rebound. Meg Cassavant just over the top. Ripped it out of there. See if the Wildcats, well, they'll probably hold for one. They like over in the left corner. They have some wrinkles off of this.
Castoni. Another three.
There's 2 in a row now for Maggie Castoni. In that zone, you're going to have to recognize where she is.
Savage will let it go from just inside midcourt, and that will do it for the first quarter of play. The Wildcats started off slow but got rolling. They lead it 13-4 at the end of one, back in 60 seconds on WHOU.
Want that special item for this year's high school basketball season to show your team support? Cushman & Sons, locally owned and operated in Presque Isle, has team sportswear and will do custom embroidery, screen printing, logo design, digital and printing, as well as banners, decals, and other vinyl works. Cushman & Sons also can design trophies, awards, and add specialty items. Cushman & Sons, 764-3833 or CushmanandSonsInc.com. And don't forget to visit and like their Facebook page. If you can think it, Cushman & Sons will say, yeah, we can do that.
Steve Carmichael, Bobby Russell back on WHOU. Wildcats lead 13-14 at the end of one.
13-4.
13-4. Thank you for keeping me in line, Bobby. That's why I need you.
Well, that was one time I caught it. Won't happen every time, Stevie.
Schedule for three, banks it in.
A little after hours. We're going to go with the 1-2-2 half-court trap. Wildcats doing a nice job getting the ball to the center of the floor.
Legassi can't answer. She'll try it again. Still too strong. Castoni misses the putback and finally hauled in by Taylor Schedule. Pass intended for Schedule. She was going to set a screen and it sails out of play. It'll be Prescott ball.
Yeah, and if she was looking for the ball, she'd have been open up top. Just knocked down a three-point basket from the other side of the lane. Probably could have had an opportunity to let it fly.
6-point lead for Presque Isle. Kinney from 16 feet sputters out. Cassavan looking for the putback, was too strong off the window. And a tie-up between Espling and Cassavan. Arrow favors Presque Isle. Cassavan's come in and hauled in a couple of rebounds, that time tying up Espling.
Done a nice job both ends of the floor on the rebounding action.
Set a double screen for Schoberg for three. Well, that's three in a row they've hit.
Between her and Castoni, the Wildcats heat up from the outside.
Anna Trombley checked in for the Wildcats. Savage off the bounce with a finger roll. Pretty play from Savage.
Yeah, sure was. Really no room to go, but got her arm up in underneath Maggie Castoni. Able to use the window.
16-9 your score. Schoberg off the dribble this time, halfway down and pops out. Cassavan with another rebound and then a foul call. We'll send Meg Cassavan to the line.
Well, we mentioned the last time Wildcats had possession. Cassavan doing great work for the Wildcats. That's going to go on 24, Emily Collins.
Got some special viewers tuning in, Bobby. The Haywards and the Keenans tuning in from New Smyrna Beach. A lot warmer down there,
Very
I
nice,
think.
very nice. Well, Mr. Keenan, Mrs. Keenan.
That's right.
She's my French teacher.
Ah. As Cassavan makes the first, we see Frank all the time at the golf course.
I hope he's hitting them long. I hope he's hitting them long and straight.
I'm
down
sure
there.
he is. He typically does. Cassavan made the first, misses the second. Castoni tried to get down there with Bouchard, but goes to the Vikings. Savage to Bouchard, flips a pass over to Schedule. Bouchard, too strong on that three ball. Collins will kick it out to Savage. Bouchard will try it again. This time it's off the mark, and it'll go over to the Wildcats. Well, the Haywards can't. Billy Hayward's parents. Billy Hayward, 1997 state champion for the Wildcats.
Very nice. See, you know more of that history than I would ever know. Seems like you're the president of their nation. Any more statistics?
I'll leave it at that.
Well, he was, I believe, involved with the rec department now, wasn't he?
Ryder.
Mr. Hayward involved with the rec department? The director, maybe?
But Billy played with one of the Blanchards for Presque Isle.
Okay.
Can't remember if it was Bree or Billy. 5:40 to go, second quarter. 8-point lead for Presque Isle. Bouchard with a floater spins out.
Well, that was a good look by Ashlyn Bouchard. Able to get in the middle of the lane. Couldn't get the 6-foot runner to go.
Castoni at the free throw line. Out to Schoberg. Swing it quickly to Trombley. Nice job by Schedule reading that pass. Trombley able to save it. Five minutes to go, second quarter. 17-9 your score. Schoberg.
Hey, now they're really extending the zone.
Ryder sneaks back door, receives the pass, and lay it up and in.
And that can happen when you extend like that. They're not ready straight across the blocks. Nice find. Again, using the high post to attack. Ryder gained position.
Bouchard with a left hand, too strong off the glass.
I like her aggressiveness in attacking the basket. We saw her come in against, was it MDI, and have 14 in the first half. She's having trouble finding the mark right now. And again, Cassavant, weak side rebound.
Ryder kicks it back out to Schoberg. From way downtown, Schoberg will bury it.
Well, a lot of times you think, hey, you're right there underneath the basket. Put it back up. Not the Wildcats. Kick it out. Have faith, Stevie.
22-9, the lead for the Wildcats. 4:08 to go in the second quarter. Back in 30 seconds on WHOU.
Excellence at ground level is what you get with J. McLaughlin Construction in Holton. Founded in 2012, the company plans the construction of streets, residential areas, and commercial buildings, and they are involved in both public and private projects. Their high-quality work and many years of experience have earned them an excellent reputation and a loyal client base. Regardless of whether you need a detailed plan for a building or would like to build a road, J. McLaughlin Construction is your reliable partner for all your engineering needs. Call J. McLaughlin Construction at 532-6335 or 694-2546.
Back at Presque Isle High School, or Caribou High School on WHOU. I think we've left Caribou High School for like 2 weeks, have we?
So I don't know how you missed
that
that.
And
because that's all you've had to say is back at Caribou High School.
Back here tomorrow. Espling. At least I got one of the schools right. Schoberg off the turnover.
Where's Cleve?
He's back. He's probably home. Castoni off the mark on that three. Schoberg once again misses that time. Jandro tracks down the long board.
Well, in the zone, it's tough to rebound. You got to go find somebody to block out. And 3-point shots are going to create those long rebounds. And right now, the Wildcats out hustling the Vikings. And Kimmy Susi is going to pick up her second foul with a hand check.
Will be Caribou's third. Lebrec is back in with Bouchard, Espling, Collins, and Savage. Schoberg left open. Misfires. The Wildcats have Ryder, Jandro, Cassavant, Castoni, and Schoberg.
You never use a program anyway, but you're able to rattle that one off a little smoother.
Well, for both teams. I could do Savage, Espling, Collins, Lebrec, and Bouchard as well. As
that was Selena Savage taking it to the rack.
She's got 4 points in the game. The lead is 11. Schoberg off a screen, this time from the mid-range. Can't get the roll. Cassavant got her hands in there, but goes off her fingertips. It'll be Caribou basketball. Savage, now Collins. Savage, once again, gets inside the lane, draws more contact. And it looks like head coach Jeff Hudson calling for a 30-second timeout. Savage will head to the line. The foul will go on Meg Cassavant. That will be her first, team's fifth. We will keep it right here as there is 2:37 to go in the second quarter. The Wildcats lead by 11. Time for the injury report brought to you by County Physical Therapy. Whether you want to get back to sports, back to work, or simply back to living your life, County Physical Therapy can help. Visit one of their 5 convenient locations or online at countypt.com to learn how CPT can help you. Jenna Sargent out for the Wildcats. Nevaeh Trombley still out for the Vikings.
As well as your man yesterday went out. No, not yesterday, 2 days ago.
Yeah, Carson Wentz went out. Yeah, he did.
You over that now, onto the offseason and getting ready for next year? Or?
Nothing I can really do. Well, I heard about it as soon as I walked through the door from Travis. Savage misses the first free throw.
I notice he's not wearing his Tom Brady shirt today. He's back to Vikings maroon.
Well, Patriot blue is awfully similar to Wildcat blue, and you'll never see him wearing that color.
That's true. Unlike you.
Savage misses them both. Castoni off the dribble, gets all the way to the rim.
And no help comes at all, and she got Selena Savage on her hip and able to finish past her. Gotta have a little rotation.
Two minutes to go. Second quarter. Collins, deep position for Lebrecq, turns towards the lane and banks it home. Nice post move from Lebrecq.
It sure was, and good ball movement. Kicked it to the weak side here over on the left, and when they did, Taylor Lebrecq had Meg Cassavant pinned and able to just turn in the middle.
So it's 24-13. Back to our feed. Jandro to Cassavant, baby jumper, high arcing one. Doesn't go. Ryder rips it away from Lebrecq on the tie-up. And the possession arrow favors the Vikings.
Well, it was a nice backdoor cut by Jandro. Probably could have taken the shot herself, but unselfishly kicks it. Good look by the Wildcats. Just couldn't convert.
Minute 35 to go, second quarter. And a travel call.
It's one of Coach Hudson's favorites.
He does.
I think he's got some of the fans over here to our left in tune with that. They were all on travel as well.
Isn't there somebody keep a running tally for how many times he yells travel throughout the game?
I don't know, but they should. It's kind of like me with Stevie.
Jandro has it poked away by Lebrecq. Jandro will retain possession. Kicks it out to Schoberg. Dangerous look. Castoni gets a screen. Kinney with Bouchard on her. Out to Jandro for three, blocked away by Lebrecq. And recovered by Savage.
A nice closeout by Lebrecq.
Now Lebrecq catches the pass in transition, fades away, misses, and the board down to Castoni.
The roof would have come off the place here after the block and then keeping her balance, knocking that one down, but unable to get it to go. Looks like the Wildcats, about 40 seconds to go here, potentially going to spread the floor.
Kinney along the baseline finds Ryder. Lebrecq is on Jandro. Got the better of her in that last possession. Schoberg with Collins on her. Now Castoni. Back to Schoberg. 13 seconds remaining.
Far left corner.
Castoni gets three screens set for her. They find her on the curl. Pulls up from the elbow. Can't connect. Rebound fought for and a push call.
Give the Wildcats a chance to run a quick hitter. 2.1 to go. Just Lebrecq's first foul.
Schoberg at the buzzer, misses. And that will do it for the first half of play. The score, 24-13. The Wildcats lead the Vikings, but you know, Prescott got out to a double-digit lead where it stands right now, but Caribou, they're hanging in there.
Well, they certainly are. I mean, you take away the three-pointers by Castoni and Schoberg, a couple of those were in transition. One was on a rebound kick-out. You know, neck and neck, but they made the 3 threes, and we're at 11 right now. But you're right. The Vikings kind of got their feet back underneath them and are playing with the Wildcats.
Score at the half, 24-13, Prescott leading Caribou. We will take a 2-minute break. We'll come back with our Cotton Trust Company halftime show. We'll be joined by head coach of the Caribou boys basketball team, Kyle Corrigan, in 2 minutes on WHOU.
Katahdin Valley Health Center, or KVHC, is a network of 6 community health centers dedicated to providing affordable, comprehensive, and high-quality care to people of all ages and incomes. We accept all patients and insurances, including those who are uninsured or on main care. Our committed patient care team is here for you, offering an extensive range of services to provide you with quality health care. We're creating healthy communities starting with you. Call or visit our website today.
Madigan Healthcare Services provides a continuum of healthcare, from skilled nursing facility, rehab therapy, to home healthcare.
After 5 days in the hospital, they suggested that I come to the Madigan. The level of care, the service, the respect that they showed me, even the aftercare, everything about it was really excellent, and I feel healthy. So the services that I've received at the Madigan have enabled me to get back to those things that I really love to do.
Get a jump on your future by exploring your possibilities at Northern Maine Community College. The team of faculty and staff at NMCC will position you for a lifetime of success. With over 35 degree and certificate programs, including our newest offerings in water treatment technology, you will be amazed at how quickly your new skills will open a world of opportunity. Visit us online today at nmcc.edu. Northern Maine Community College. Succeed here.
TheCounty.me, your source for countywide sports, including scores and highlights from the greater Holton, Presque Isle, and Caribou regions. We also are the source for all the latest daily news and community happenings for readers of the Holton Pioneer Times, the Star Herald, and the Aroostook Republican and News coverage area. Visit us now on the web at TheCounty.me.
WHOU at the half, 24-13, Presque Isle leading Caribou. Some first half scoring numbers for you for Presque Isle. They're led by Faith Schoberg and Maggie Castoni with 8. Libby Morrow had 3. Riley Kinney and Rebecca Ryder with 2, and May Casavan with 1. On the other side for Caribou, Paige Espling, Selena Savage with 4. Taylor Skidja with 3, and Taylor Lebrecht with 2. Joined at the half by head coach of the Caribou boys basketball team, Kyle Corrigan. So, Coach, off to a good start this year, sitting at, I believe, 8-0 now, or 9-0. You probably 8-0. Tomorrow you play Presque Isle, but obviously so far this season, what are you happy with?
I'm really happy with the defense so far. We like to push the ball, that's no secret. But defensively, we're only giving up 46, 47 points a game. That's big for us, because we try to get as many possessions in as we can a game, and when the possessions go up, you're more apt to give up more points. So I'm really happy with where our defense has been this year.
And can you talk a little bit about the defensive effort in particular of the Ellsworth game? Coming in, a lot of people were saying, oh, this could be like a potential Northern Maine championship game, and really just shut them down. Sawyer Depre inside on Jackson Curtis, and as a team, really worked well together.
Yeah, we obviously had a game plan going in. I went back, rewatched the film, and I texted my assistant coaches after the game, and I said, I honestly don't know if we could have played any better defensively than what we did that day. Everything just seemed to click at halftime. I don't remember what we were up, but it felt like we were up a lot more than we were. Just because the defensive side of the ball, we were getting stops in all the key areas. It was one and done. We were rebounding, getting out in transition. So, and that was totally a team effort, too. We had a game plan for Jackson, obviously, and Sawyer did a great job, but it took a team effort to get it done.
But talk about the team aspect, because I think Bobby and I talk a lot about, in the pregame and even during the game, Parker Depre, obviously, he's the leading scorer on your team, second in the Big East, but you have Isaac Marker, you have Alex Bouchard, you have Sawyer Depre. You can even get production off your bench with Burkowski and Brigman. You have a plethora of guys that can score, and they all play their role well.
Absolutely, and we talk about it all the time, and we're preaching every single day that everybody's got a role. Nobody has to be the superstar. You don't have to do everything yourself. As long as the basketball is moving, you're going to get easy shots as long as you're working as a team. And the guys have really bought into that concept. They don't care who's scoring the basketball. They don't care who's coming up with big rebounds as long as somebody's doing it. So they've really bought into that whole there's no me, it's just an us kind of concept. And I think it's paid dividends in the long run. And I think it's always been there. I think you're just starting to see it a little bit more now that they're older. So they're more veteran savvy now.
Take us back a little bit to last year, and I know you don't want to harp on last year, but obviously first year as a head coach, go on to win a state championship. The Caribou community, and really not only just Caribou, but Aroostook County as a whole, and how they got behind the Vikings.
Oh, it was amazing. It was the most unbelievable thing I've ever been through. Our first game of the year, we played Herman, and it felt like we didn't have any fans here. And then halfway through the season, the place was getting packed for regular season games against, obviously good teams, but not like rival teams too. So, all of a sudden we have a packed gym just about every night, and then come tournament time, it followed us all the way down to Bangor, and then when we hit Portland, it was, I was optimistic going to Portland. I was thinking we'll get a couple of fans. We'll get the really true fans, and the next thing you know, we filled over half of the arena ourselves, and it just blew my mind. And it was amazing. Everything that the community did for us. The parade back, it took us 40 minutes to get through town, so it was a really cool time. It's all kind of a blur now, and we haven't talked about it at all as a team this year because, like Parker alluded to the other day, that was last year's team. This year's team hasn't done anything yet.
What do you find? They've got 24, I think it was 24 wins in a row, count last year, 8-0, 9-0 this year. What's your biggest challenge? I know these kids are pretty well intrinsically motivated, but to keep them, maybe not looking past an opponent, how's that
How do you approach that?
They've really bought into that aspect too. I mean, every single day we say it's one game at a time. Guys are always, young kids are always looking ahead. They circle games on the calendars, and honestly, I don't even know if the guys know who we play next week. They just know we have Presque Isle tomorrow. They know we're going downstate this weekend, and then nobody really knows what we have next week. So it's a one-game focus at a time. They've truly bought into it. My leaders definitely are really kind of pushing that too, and keeping guys focused. And like you said, they're all motivated as it is, but you got to keep reminding them every once in a while. They are kids.
Exactly. Leading into, you mentioned you play Presque Isle tomorrow. Talk a bit about Presque Isle. I say, what are the challenges that may come up tomorrow?
Yeah, they're very athletic. I think they are. I think they're very solid. I really do. I think they match up well with us. They're quick. I don't know if we're bigger. I haven't really seen their roster in person. I've seen a couple of their games, but watching online doesn't give you a true feel. So I think we match up really well with each other. I think they're very quick. I think they can. They can guard the basketball. We like to try and put it on the floor and break down opponents, and I think that they're going to be a little bit tougher to do that against than teams we faced already this year. And I'm always struggling to figure out what Coach Cummings is going to throw at you. You never know defensively what they're going to throw. It could be a 2-3, a 1-3-1, a 3-2. They might go a little bit of a pressure zone defense. So you just never know what to prepare for. So today was a little bit of a scramble in practice.
Yeah. Well, Coach, we look forward to the game tomorrow. We look forward to watching you the rest of the season. Good luck, and we appreciate you joining us.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
We'll take a 2-minute break in our Catan Trust Company halftime show. When we get back, we'll get the third quarter tip between Presque Isle and Caribou on WHOU.
This is Ben Adams from Priority Auto Sales. Listen, I know you've been seeing a lot of these orange plates around town lately, and trust me, I'm not just paying people to drive around in our vehicles all day. Every day we're selling cars, trucks, and SUVs. Why? It's simple. Discounted prices up front, great selection, and low pressure sales. We're simply not playing the games. We really are creating a new way to shop for a used vehicle. Check us out at yourpriorityauto.com and like us on Facebook. Priority Auto Sales, Route 1 in Holton.
The SW Collins Company is the only Makita Pro Center in Maine, which means we have access to all the latest tools that Makita has to offer. Our factory-trained employees are ready to make sure that you have the right tool for any project. With over 180 tools, Makita has the largest cordless offering with a single battery platform in the industry. And don't forget, we are also a Makita authorized service dealer. For sales, service, and the largest selection of quality Makita tools, go where the builders go, the SW Collins Company.
It's never too early to start planning for your future, whether that means protecting your family with life insurance, college planning, or starting to save for retirement. I want to help you get started.
Regardless of your age, it's important to start planning for your financial future now. And as you inch closer to retirement, it's important for you to protect your assets, your retirement income, and your family.
Thompson Hamel has many tools available to help you chart your course on your financial roadmap. Thompson Hamel, LLC. Your family, your future.
Tired of the same old boring meals? Try something new this week. TNT Takeout at 69 High Street in Holton has what you're looking for.
And believe me, the name doesn't lie. The food is dynamite. Every pizza is loaded with lots of gooey cheese and delicious toppings, from traditional pepperoni to barbecue chicken, combination to vegetarian pizza, or all meat.
You can grab their specials or enjoy salads to food off the grill, Mexican seafood, and hot or cold subs. TNT Takeout, the convenience store that has it all.
Call 521-5250.
At possession, Schoberg off to the left. Morrow playing with the two fouls back in there.
Well, they run the set play, double screen for Schoberg.
Jandro misses there. Schedule. Savage from long range. Can't get the shooter's bounce. And Castoni will clear it.
It could have fallen in just as easy as not, Stevie. Vikings get something going here early. Get some points on the board. First 2, 3, maybe even 4 minutes of the third quarter oftentimes dictate how a game will finish. See the Vikings can put a little run on them.
Castoni can't knock that one down. need to put a mic on Coach Hudson. As Savage is off target on that one.
A good block out that time by Ryder kept Paige Espling out of there. She got a hand on the ball, but was unable to. No way she was going to bring it in.
Looking around the horn. Morrow off the bounce with Espling on her. Going to get out of the lane as she throws that pass away intended for Jondro.
Well, we haven't mentioned it in a while, so it's as good a time as any, but it's the presence of Paige Espling. Pulls Libby Morrow up short of attacking the hoop, and then she kind of gets bottled up, realizes 3 seconds is coming, has to get rid of it. Turns it over.
Savage once again for 3. Can't get that one to fall. Loose on the hardwood and scooped up by Libby Morrow. Schoberg pulls up for mid-range. And right now both teams struggling to get going, as well, similar to what happened in that first quarter.
Well, it is, and Libby Morrow's going to pick up her 3rd foul there. Just a little overzealous. 80 feet away from the basket. Not one she'd like to have back.
Meg Cassavant back in. And Ashlyn Bouchard is in for the Vikings. Bouchard up top. Goes to Savage. She'll pull the trigger once again. That rims out. Jondro, she's left open. She connects.
Oh, nice pass there from Schoberg. Finds her on the wing. Defense doesn't close out in time, and they get on the board first.
Savage in the interior, looks for Espling, leans in.
She catches it that deep, able to turn. Nothing Rebecca Ryder can really do other than what she did, just keep a hand up, but high percentage shot. Paige Espling.
Espling anticipates that pass, comes away with a steal. No numbers, but Espling will take it all the way to the basket with a left hand.
Reward her, give it back to her. Couple long strides, lays it in.
Ryder goes over to Schoberg, left open, rims out a triple. And then a foul call on Schedule.
Saw that a lot of times in the first half, and even start here this 3rd quarter. Wildcats cleaning up some of those long rebounds.
Castoni, Cassavant winds it up, misses. Now she got the rebound but lost the handle. Lebrec will outlet it to Bouchard.
Well, Lebrec, a nice job maintaining her balance.
Schedule blocked by Schoberg and recovered by Castoni.
Good close out there by Faith Schoberg, hustling back on defense.
Cassavant tried to dial one in from long range, tracked down her own miss, but called for the travel.
Gotta love the hustle though. Last time kept it free, this time gets down on the floor after the rebound. Follow that shot.
Savage is bumped. Second team foul on the Wildcats.
Gonna go on Maggie Castoni.
Just her first. Lebrec traveled before the shot attempt.
In traffic, couldn't maintain the pivot foot. See the 1-2-2? The Vikings throw that sporadically.
Ryder, Cassavant tries to skip it to Castoni and stolen away by the Vikings, and that'll get Riley Kinney off the bench.
Well, the Wildcats, nice job being patient. Got the ball in the high post, attack from there. Hey, Cassavant not knocking down the last two. Didn't want to take that one.
Missed three-pointer there by Bouchard. I tell you, Casavan and Mora have done a great job boxing out. Casavan, no hesitation. That one comes up short. Off of Castoni, it'll be Presque Isle knocking it out of play. Be Caribou basketball. Legacy and Kinney check in for Jandro and Ryder. Swinging around to Savage. Knocks down the three.
That was good ball movement. She gave it up initially and then curls through and get her on the weak side wing. Down to 7.
Vikings creeping their way back into it.
They can, again, they get it in the high post there, and they had Casavan going back door if they look the opposite side. This time, instead of going the opposite side, kick it to the strong side, and Elena Legacy drills the three.
Legacy provides the answer. Back up to a 10-point lead. Savage back the other way. Off to the left, and Casavan with another board. Schoberg. Castoni out to Casavan. She'll pull the trigger. Can't get the shooter's bounce there. Right now the Vikings daring Casavan to shoot. Schedule for 3. Offensive board to Lebrecht, bunt from behind by Casavan. That'll send Taylor Lebrecht to the line.
That's a good run at the rim there by Taylor Lebrecht. Got herself in position for the offensive rebound. Falls in her hands. Casavan picks up her second foul.
Lebrecht makes the first as Jandro checks in for Casavan. Misfires on the second. The board down to Castoni. 2:10 to go third quarter. Castoni out on the baseline. Lebrecht on her. Bring it out near midcourt. Double team. Finds Kinney at the free throw line. Back out to Castoni. They swing at Legacy. Looking for 2 in a row. Gets it to fall.
Well, Kinney couldn't see her. She had her back to her, but Castoni saw her. Just the extra one. 2 in a row for Elena Legacy.
33-21, minute 45 to go third quarter. Presque Isle leading it. Schedule bunt by Legacy. See if they're going to give her 3 shots as Legacy.
A little too aggressive in the closeout. Certainly you want to see her close out if you're the Wildcats, but no contact.
No argument from Coach Hudson.
She's getting a little coaching. You don't want to foul the three-point shooter, but Schedule doesn't get the first one to fall.
When Coach Michaud's face goes a little bit red.
It's warm in here. It's getting warm in here.
Schedule knocks down 2 in a row. Make it 3 in a row. Excuse me, 2 out of the 3. So it's 33-23. Schoberg.
Almost loses the handle up top. Again, Wildcats can afford to be patient, but Schedule gets her hand on the cross-court pass.
Pulls up from 10 feet. Shot was too strong, and Castoni will clear it.
Well, that was caused by Schoberg lunging out at the last second.
Legacy for another 3.
Well, she's 3 for 3 since she came into the game. It was down to 7. Now it's up to 13. Elena Legacy having a big third quarter.
9 points. All in this quarter. The lead is 13. Bouchard drives baseline. Nobody picked her up. Couldn't make the floater, though. Espling will save it. Fought for and recovered by Jandro.
Well, credit Paige Espling for setting a beautiful screen, clearing the path for Bouchard. Got to finish those ones. We've seen at the end of the first and second quarter, the Wildcats willing to hold it under a minute. We've got about 24 seconds to go here. They'll hang on for one.
Legassi off the dribble from mid-range. Misfires, tracks down her own miss.
Correction. They'll take the first good one and then hold for one.
There's 5 seconds on the clock. Schoberg lobs it to Kinney. Screen set. They kick it out. Castoni for the triple. Doesn't go, and that will do it for 3/4 of play. The Wildcats lead it 36-23. Back in 60 seconds for the final frame on WHOU.
From kitchen excellence to building damage, owning your own restaurant comes with a lot of liabilities.
Among drivers, vehicles, and business property, there's a lot of exposure.
If our equipment fails, we know United Insurance has us covered.
For us, finding the right words for marketing campaigns is simple. Finding the right insurance is not. That's why it's nice to know United Insurance has us covered.
United Insurance has us covered.
United Insurance has us covered.
The United Insurance has us covered.
United Insurance has us covered.
White Smiles Family Dentistry realizes that life gets busy. We have locations in Presque Isle and Fort Fairfield to better accommodate your busy schedule. If you need to see a dentist but don't want to wait months for an appointment, then call White Smiles Family Dentistry. We are always accepting new patients and can accommodate you as quickly as possible. We offer the area's most complete dentistry, including implants, extractions, root canals, and implant-retained dentures, which saves you from trips downstate or transfers to another dental office. Don't wait months to see your dentist. Call White Smiles Family Dentistry today.
Back on WHOU, Steve Carmichael with Bobby Russell, being set for the final stanza here. With the Wildcats holding on to the 36-23 lead over Caribou. Espling, good position, leans in, can't finish, but she'll head to the line for 2 free throws.
See, start of the fourth quarter, really. First possession, trying to take advantage of Paige Espling's size. Finally able to feed her the ball.
Ryder checks in. Just a quick note around the county, Braden Bradbury of Central Aroostook has scored his 1,000th point in his career, so congratulations to the senior for Central Aroostook as Espling makes the second.
I'll tell you what, Stevie Schefter on the call, all you people out there. He's got all the sources. He'll keep you up to date on everything going on. High school hoops around the county and state.
Yeah. Schoberg for 3. That's 9 in the game for the Wildcats.
And that wasn't toeing the line either. That was about 4 feet behind the line. She's had a couple of those today.
See, our camera guy's keeping track of 3-pointers made. Cleve never does that.
Well, probably haven't had a shot of the ceiling today either.
He's earning his paycheck as Savage travels.
I wonder though, does Ricky have fans? Is he waving to those people over there?
Well, he's got all his...
Our boy Cleve was waving to his fans the other day. That's why we got a shot of the ceiling.
(39-24), biggest lead of the game for Presque Isle. Morrow's back in there with the 3 fouls. Been plagued with foul trouble so far all game. Castoni just outside the lane. Lobs it to Ryder. Bounces it to Morrow. A minute gone in the fourth quarter. Morrow tried to thread the needle, blocked away by Susie. Recovered by Schoberg. Presque Isle number 2 in Class B with a record of 7-2. Already through half their regular season. They're looking to secure one of those automatic buys to the tournament as Ryder has it. Plenty of contact, they let him play, and now Morrow is fouled by Espling.
Caribou foul on number 14, Paige Espling.
It's the first on Espling. Another thing she does so well is she's able to contest shots without fouling.
Well, it's her length. Wingspan. Isn't that a hot word around
big time
hoops? Wingspan, she's got it.
It's a big thing in Syracuse, although it really hasn't mattered. It doesn't matter when everybody's making threes against your zone defense.
Hey, you're talking about a Hall of Fame coach here.
Yeah, super Hall of Fame. Morrow rattles out the second free throw. Getting all tangled up here in your headphone cord, Bobby. Susie. Swinging around to Savage. Left-hand dribble and a hand check call on Castoni.
Get the ball underneath the basket. That's the 16th foul on Prescal. See if they can run a quick hitter for Paige Espling, maybe coming back at the basket. Good job by Ryder denying the pass.
LeBrack, the putback.
That's a couple times she's had some nice rim runs. Time, offensive rebound, right down into her hands, able to stick it.
Castoni, bring it out. Ryder skipped it to Schoberg, no hesitation. Misses that time. Rebound tipped around and off of Caribou. It'll be Prescott basketball.
One of the words that the Wildcats like to use is toughness. And I would say inside tonight, they have played real tough in trying to contain Paige Espling and crashing the offensive glass.
Yeah, Espling with 9 points. She averages 10. So right under average.
Well, it's going to be real tough to keep her away from that average. She just gets so many putbacks.
LeBrack leans in, got bumped by Morrow. That'll be number 4 on her.
And Taylor LeBrack getting some nice position inside, able to get her the basketball. Able to spin to the middle.
Seventh team foul on the Wildcats, so shooting free throws the rest of the way. LeBrack misses the first. Jondro and Cassavant in for the Wildcats. 5:35 on the clock as LeBrack goes 0 for 2, gets her own miss, backing down on Jondro, picks her dribble up, leans in, can't convert, and make Cassavant just checking in, calls in the board.
Well, the Wildcats did a nice job of blocking everybody out on the free throw line, or lane. Forgot to block out the shooter.
Schoberg double team, but a foul on LeBrack. Just the third team foul on the Vikings.
The first half went by. I think there was only 4 on Caribou, 5 on Prescal. Well, at this stage, the Wildcats can be real patient. 5 minutes to go here with a 14-point lead. Really don't have to take anything forced. See them trying to, they love the dribble drive. If it's there, they'll take it. If not, you kick it back out.
Ryder will kick it back out to Castoni. Hands off Schoberg. Now Ryder along the baseline. Schoberg, ball fake, goes left, pulls up from 15. Left it short. Collins clears it.
That's a stop for the Vikings. If they can put some points on the board here, they're going to get a foul again. Second time the Wildcats have fouled a 3-point shooter. It's going to send Kimmy Susie to the line for 3.
Faith Schoberg is number 12, excuse me.
Did you get a good night's sleep last night?
No, I didn't, actually. Camden got up, I think, 3 times last night. Susie misses the first.
Oh, see, you jinxed yourself, because the last time I heard you talking was he gets up once and goes back to bed for the rest of the night.
Yeah, not last night. It's because Mommy and Daddy weren't home to put him to sleep as Susie makes the second.
Oh, that's right. You were
at the Aroostook League Middle School competition last night. Yes.
Covering that as well. How'd that go?
Good. In a shocking development, Central Aroostook won a cheerleading competition. Sure, no one's ever heard that before.
Huh.
Only a dynasty cheering program that they have.
Never would have guessed.
Central Aroostook. Susie went 1 for 3 at the line. Castoni out to Cassavant, took a bump from LeBrack.
Yeah, just a little up too close. Cassavant puts the ball on the ground, gets caught in the hip. There's your favorite chant, Stevie.
Hate that chant. We know that. Thank you.
Now, I did tune in and watch, of course, teach middle school. I tuned in to watch some of it to see the kids do their cheer, but there was a big table down front, like 8 people in it. I was wondering why you weren't there.
Yeah.
Like, you should be like the celebrity guest judge. You got to get that straightened out for next year.
I'll have to check on that.
Actually, there's one coming up Friday.
That's right.
We can pencil you in.
And we are covering it on WHOU. Caribou Invitational. Also the Big East down in Herman. WHOU will be covering both those cheering competitions. Castoni with the basketball.
Oh, she got away with the step. Some of the people to our right recognized it.
That's another foul. I think that's going to go on Taylor Lebrecq. If so, that's number 5 on her. She will foul out with 5 points. .405 to go, final quarter. Inbounds pass to Ryder. Prescott leading by 13. Gendro tried to thread the needle to Ryder. It's going to go off of a Viking. It'll stay with Presque Isle. Shot on the way from Schoberg. Doesn't go. Rebound fought for. Ripped out of there by Ryder. Cassavant fakes the shot. Ryder, screen set for Schoberg. And a moving screen called on Ryder.
Presque Isle foul on number 50, Rebecca Ryder. Entering the game for Presque Isle, number 22, Libby Morrow.
Libby Morrow back in.
Okay, we've got time here. 3.5 to go. Make a little run.
Bouchard out across the arc. 3:20 to go, fourth quarter. A screen set. Savage, left-hand dribble. Now to Espling. Triple team, still gets a shot up. And is fouled. So 2 more free throws upcoming for Espling.
You could tell when Selena Savage had the ball over here on the wing, she was really trying to get the ball inside to Paige Espling. Couldn't find an angle, but eventually does.
Espling into double figures with 10.
Big free throw here. Obviously, extra point, but allows them to set up. They're going to extend. Try not to let the ball in.
Get it into Ryder. Now Castoni, as Savage is on her. Castoni blows by, shot blocked by Espling, and a block call.
Taking it right at her. Officials saying that she caught her with the body. We could tell. Certainly ball up top.
Stoney off the mark on the first. This is the second as well. Tips away from Schedule. Back over to the Vikings with 3:03 on the clock as Sutherland will check in.
Okay, so Vikings last trip put 2 free throws in. Wildcats come up empty, down to 11. Gabby Sutherland showed in the JV game. She's got range. She can drill the 3-point shot. Wildcats have to recognize where she is on the floor.
Trying to get it down to Espling. Ryder is fronting her. They finally get it down to her as Savage drew 2 defenders. Espling misses the layup though. And a tie-up with Collins and Ryder. The arrow favors Presque Isle.
Well, as you mentioned, Ryder doing a nice job not allowing the entry pass. Savage able to get it there once she was able to use the dribble to penetrate.
Two and a half remaining in the fourth quarter. I think Mr. Shaw might be going to check into the game.
Well, he's been known to do that before. He likes sitting at the table. He'd hoist up a 3 or 2.
He would. He'd fit right into Prescott's offense. John Rowe.
And if the Wildcats can keep the ball moving, you can see they're trying to double team it.
Morrow's in the corner with it. Picks her dribble up. Schoberg now with it. Schoberg, a terrific free throw shooter.
And at some point in time, if you can't get a steal, you're going to get a travel violation on the pass, which obviously benefits the Vikings, but at some point you're going to have to maybe potentially foul to get the clock stopped and send them to the line.
I would say full timeout taken by Caribou. Will step aside. 60 seconds, a minute 48 to go, fourth quarter. It's an 11-point lead for the Wildcats. Back in 60 seconds on WHOU.
Herring Brothers Meats has been in business in the Central Maine area for over 100 years. They are a federal USDA plant that provides processing of beef, pork, lamb, and goat by appointment, and is also MOFGA certified. Herring Brothers also has a full retail store able to cut to your needs. They offer beef, pork, chicken, specialty sausage, and their famous Wicked Good beef jerky.
Outfit your vehicle for tough jobs with commercial truck body and accessories at Main Equipment in Herman, Maine. At Main Equipment Company, we sell and install truck bodies, lift systems, garbage removal applications, and snow and sand spreading applications. Storage boxes and bed liners is also available. Call us at 207-848-5738. Dump bodies, hook lift hoists, truck bodies, sand and salt spreaders, rubbish packers. The right fit for your truck. The premier company in the state of Maine. Main Equipment Company.
Russell, Ricky Goupel on the camera. Olivia Morris, our producer. Prescott leading 42-29 over the Caribou Vikings.
I like this move. The Wildcats put a little pressure on the Vikings, burn some time, not make it real easy for them to just get up here in the front court.
Savage off the bounce. Wraparound pass to Espling. Has a tough time handling it. Still able to get a shot off and banks it home. Back within 9.
Exactly right. But maintained the pivot foot, finally gains her balance, able to lay it in.
Schoberg into the front court, a minute 20 to go. Gets around Collins, weaving her way through traffic. And Morrow's going to be called for the travel.
I was blocked out. I really couldn't tell if she shuffled her feet. Kind of looked like it from here, but I really couldn't see the pivot foot.
So a minute 10 to go, fourth quarter. Prescott up by 9, 40-31.
Yeah, and they got to almost immediately just try to pound the ball, attack the rim. Prescott's not going to want to foul.
Savage tries to lay it up. Couldn't get it to go. Jondro has it. Now Castoni trying to get it in the hands of Faith Schoberg, the best free throw shooter on the Wildcats. Still 45 seconds to go. At some point, Caribou's going to have to decide to foul here. As Morrow drives baseline. Finds Ryder, now out to Jondro.
Yeah, and as you mentioned, eventually, valuable time. It's been 30 seconds. Run off the clock here.
Fouls on Bouchard.
And you mentioned Faith Schoberg, best free throw shooter, well, maybe in the state. But when the ball wasn't in her hands, lots of opportunity to foul other Wildcats. Libby Morrow steps to the line and knocks the first one down.
Morrow makes the first. This fires on the second. Collins has it. Savage for 3. Off the mark. Castoni has it. 21 seconds to go, so it looks like the Wildcats will move to 8-2 on the year. They will play Caribou once again February 5th over at the home of the Wildcats. As Ryder has the ball in the corner, 3 seconds to go. Now it'll be Jondro will dribble out the clock, and that will do it. The final score, 41-31. The Wildcats pick up the win. We will take a 2-minute break. We'll come back with our Pat's Pizza post-game guest after this on WHOU.
We all know a Aroostook County winter isn't much fun, but it can be with the right equipment. Holton Tire Company at 76 Myrna Street is your boss plow dealer and carries the King of Snow Aaron snowblowers. Full service department with parts in stock. Steelstone Industries in Holton is your location for gravel, salt, sand, paving, and plowing. Groundwork materials of all kinds and equipment to move it. Steelstone Industries is your aggregate supplier. You can visit Steelstone Industries at 154 Steelstone Street in Holton. County Ag and Turf Supply is at its new home on 7 Dow Siding Road in Caribou, offering the same great service. Randy and Jerry are working hard to supply the county with the best products. They offer Blue Seal Feed, Sentinel, Inspire, and Dynasty and Triple Crown for your equine, Home Fresh Extra Egg and Multi-Flock pellets, and Crumples and mealworm for your poultry, Entrust pet food for your cat or dog, minerals for your beef and dairy. They have feed for all your livestock. County Ag and Turf Supply also has wood pellets, lubricants, and of course, Willow the Blue Seal Rabbit on the premises. Stop by County Ag and Turf Supply today.
Don't get flush traded. Get Rick Hannigan Plumbing and Heating to handle all your pipes. Master Plumber Rick is ready to get your pipes back in action. Give Rick a call today at 538-7131 and like him on Facebook.
Scoville Building Supplies may be a little store, but it's a whole lot more. You can find most anything you need at Scoville Building Supplies: plumbing, painting, lumber, windows, or doors. Everything you will need for your construction, remodeling, updating, or building. Call Scoville Building Supplies today at 425-3192.
Sorry, Dad.
Sure, you could get him a new car. You could also light a pile of money on fire.
Sorry.
Because as long as Mr. It wasn't my fault takes the wheel on occasion, maintaining this car is your best option. So keep it running longer, stronger, with quality parts and a whole lot of Napa know-how.
Dad, where are you going?
Back here on WHOU at Caribou High School. Right now, Bobby standing by with our Pat's Pizza post-game guest. He has Elena Lagasse. So, Bobby, whenever you're ready, go ahead, take it away.
All right, thanks, Stevie, with our Pat's Pizza post-game guest, Elena Lagasse. First off, Elena, let's talk about the Wildcats' approach to today. And we know we talked about Paige Espling inside, so she alters a lot of shots, blocks them. But it really kind of plays into the Wildcats' game because you guys like to shoot a lot of threes.
It worked really well for us shooting all these threes because usually we're a team that drives to the basket a lot, but with her being so tall, we knew we had to do something else, and our team made an impact with shooting the threes today.
Yeah, well, it certainly did, especially in the second half. They had cut the lead down to 7. I don't know if you realize that or not, but they were using a half-court trap, and Coach Hudson put you in the game. You were on the left wing, and you knocked down 1, and then you knocked down 3 in a row after that. Was the rim looking real big? Because it certainly looked good going through the air.
I don't know. I don't know. I was feeling it, I guess. It felt good to shoot, and yeah.
Well, certainly. And how, what about the feeling coming into the game? Rival game, playing your 10-mile down the road neighbor in Caribou. So it must have been pretty exciting just getting ready for the game.
Yeah, I was feeling pumped because just with the rival, it was nice, knowing that we could beat them, I guess. I don't know.
And the Wildcats off to a great start. I think they're 8-2 now. And, coming into the season, I don't know what was the talk, what were the goals maybe of the team. Certainly the team has to be real pleased to be 8-2 right now.
Our team was to play more like a team and make good passes because the last game we had, we made a lot of turnovers. So our goal was to, just play more like a team, which I thought we did really well today.
I think you did too. And your team defense has improved. Starting with that Waterville game, excellent team defense there, and it just kind of has progressed. And is that something that the coaches must be real happy about?
Yes, he's happy about it, yeah.
There's a gift from Pat's Pizza. Best of luck to you the rest of the way.
Thank you.
All right, back to you, Steve.
All right, that was our Pat's Pizza post-game guest, Elena Lagasse. Some final numbers for you for Caribou Vikings, led by Paige Espling with 13, Selena Savage with 7, Taylor Lebrecq and Taylor Skidgel with 5 apiece. Other side for Presque Isle, led by Faith Schoberg with 11, Elena Lagasse had 9, Maggie Castoni with 8, Libby Morrow with 5, Anna Jandro with 3, 2 from Rebecca Ryder and Riley Kinney, and then May Cassavant with 1. So the Wildcats improved to 8-2, Bobby, with a 41-31 victory. And, yeah, Lagasse was a spark plug off the bench there.
Well, she certainly was in that third quarter. The Vikings had made a run, cut it down to 7 points, and Coach Hudson inserted her into the lineup. And in that half-court trap, they were able to find her on the left wing. She knocked down her first one right in front of the bench, and she knocked down 2 more consecutive shots that she took from behind the arc and really stretched the lead back out to 13 points for them, and was the difference. You know, kind of got the flow of the game back headed towards the Wildcats, and some big buckets there from Elena Lagasse. And, you know, she talked about the team effort, and certainly the Wildcats playing some nice team defense, held the Vikings here to 31 points today. And, you know, they were kind of searching for their MO on the defensive side of things early, and I think that Waterville game really playing man-to-man defense, and as well as they played it, they found their identity and certainly have been cruising since then.
Next game for these two teams, for Caribou, they will travel down to play Winslow on Saturday. Presque Isle will host Herman on Saturday, and we will have that Presque Isle Herman game for you on WHOU, a matchup between 2 top, I believe 3 teams in Class B. Again, the final score 41-31. The Wildcats pick up the victory over Caribou. For everybody involved in the broadcast, Olivia Morris, our producer, Ricky Goupel behind the camera, my broadcast partner, Bobby Russell. I'm Steve Carmichael. Have a good night, everybody.